Yo, what's good, basketball heads? It's your boy Crush. So the Timberwolves head coach, he called out Anthony Edwards, and rightfully so. They beat up on the Lakers. They beat up on the Lakers convincingly. They destroyed the Lakers 4-1, started feeling themselves, and you should feel good about yourself. After a huge win, a upset, but they came into game one lethargic, no sense of urgency. They seemed like they just came in like, it's just another game, and got ran off the damn court. But they came into last night's game, and you could see it, man. They underestimated the Warriors. They felt like, hey, since we destroyed the Lakers, it seems like the team was still stuck in that moment, and they came out with low energy, no urgency. Ant-Man played terrible. He was horrible, shooting a lot of jump shots. He shot terrible from behind the arc. So you would think, if my jump shot is not falling, let me attack the paint. Let me go inside. It's going to open up the game for my teammates. Let me attack the rim. So Ant-Man was totally garbage. Julius Randle, he was totally garbage. The entire team came out just flat. Like, what's going on? I don't know if they thought Golden State would have just laid down and let him get the win. Golden State is not going to lay down, especially when you have Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green. You got to beat this team. And last night's game, that's a game they gave away, which they might potentially regret down the road, because that game was a gimme. No Stephen Curry, he got injured, hamstring injury. That was your chance to basically win game one. It did not matter Stephen Curry wasn't available, because the Timberwolves played like hot garbage. They were terrible as a team. They did not play good, man. And the head coach, he called out Anthony Edwards, as he should. Rightfully so. Like, come on, man. Are we in the playoffs or what? I got it. We beat up on the Lakers, but that was last series. We are now in a new series, man. Get your head into the game. The Timberwolves head coach, Finch, called Anthony Edwards out, questioned his leadership. And I'm glad he did that, man, because he's still young, still learning, growing. And at times, you're going to have to put him on the spot and call him out. And Finch also said he shouldn't have to go out his way to get players up for the game. And I agree. You got Jimmy Butler, Stephen Curry, Draymond Green on the other side. This is the Warriors, a championship team. You got to go through them if you want to make it to the Western Conference Finals. That should be enough fuel for you to get up for the game. The coach shouldn't have to beg you, ask you, can you? No. The same way you guys got up for the Lakers as a team, everybody put belt to ass. It's the same process when dealing with the Warriors. If you want to win, if you care about winning, you got to get up for this team. Nobody should have to put a battery in your back. You have something to prove. You all have something to prove. Everybody's trying to prove something. So the fact the coach got to come out and say Ant need to play better, his lack of leadership, I'm glad he said all that. And I just felt like, man, they underestimated the Warriors. They did. I feel like they just came out like it's whatever, going through the motions. I guess they felt, you know what, the Warriors, they're going to lay down and allow us to win the game. Do you not know who's on the other side? That's playoff Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is not going to lay down for y'all. Draymond Green is not going to lay down for you. Whether Stephen Curry is available or not, they're not going to lay down. You got to beat them down. You got to beat them into submission. They're not going to just submit because Stephen Curry is not available. Not with the personnel on this team. So head coach Finch, he said Anthony Edwards, he got to come out and set the tone. And that's a fact. You are the best player on the team. You are the leader on the team. You got to set the tone for everybody to follow and come along. They feed off your energy. So you got to set the tone, man. You can't come out here just going through the motions. You're not aggressive. What are we doing? And if the Wolves end up losing this series, game one would be the reason why. More than likely. A game that you could have won. No Stephen Curry. And y'all messed around. Nobody was focused. Y'all dudes came out like you just came off of game 7. And you had ample rest, ample time. You had ample rest. You guys been off a few days, man, after destroying the Lakers. So it ain't like you're tired. And that's the problem. Sometimes a long layoff could be detrimental. You would think, okay, getting a lot of rest would be a great thing. But at times, it could be a bad thing because you've been resting so long, it could throw you out of rhythm. It could throw your whole team out of rhythm. Sometimes when you have too long of a rest, a layoff. But there's no excuses, man, for what the Timberwolves did last night, how they came out. It was just bad. And after watching them destroy the Lakers, I thought this game one was going to be a dogfight. I thought this was going to be a close game, back and forth, a slugfest. That's what I assumed, but that wasn't the case because everybody left their game in the Lakers series. It seems they all left their game in the Lakers series. So this is what head coach Chris Finch had to say. You're the leader of the team. You've got to come out and set the tone. If your shots is not going, you still have to carry the energy. If I've got to talk to guys about having the right energy coming into an open second round game, then we're not on the same page. And I do agree. The coach shouldn't have to say anything. All you guys off rip should be like, yo, we're going to kill this game. And we haven't seen the Timberwolves play their best game yet because the Lakers series, they didn't play great, but they did enough to beat LeBron and them boys. But we haven't seen an amazing game from the Timberwolves so far, not yet. And Anthony Edwards, the man didn't score 1 point in the first quarter. Not 1 point. That is insane. If your shots are not falling, go to the basket, attack the rim. And that's the crazy part. Golden State don't have a big team. They play small ball. So it's not like the rim is protected and you can't go inside the paint. But for some reason, this man was settling for a lot of jump shots. He basically let the Warriors off the hook. So Ant-Man finished the game with 23 points. He shot 9 of 22. He had 14 rebounds, which is great. And he had 2 assists. If Ant-Man only has 2 assists, that tells you he was not getting his teammates involved. He wasn't distributing the ball the way he needs to, which tells you he was jump shot happy. He was taking a lot of jump shots, hence why he only has 2 assists. You can't have only 2 assists, man. You got to get your teammates involved. And Charles Barkley, he commented on Chris Finch calling out Anthony Edwards. He said he was really impressed with the fact that he called him out, and that's what you got to do. When your best player is not doing what he needs to, you got to call him out. You got to set an example. Especially when you're trying to win, you're trying to advance to the Western Conference Finals, and you got dudes out here playing games. They're not mentally focused. You got to call them out. The Wolves, they got to be better because you'll be a fool, man, to think the Warriors can't beat the Wolves without Stephen Curry. They have Jimmy Butler. That's all I need to say. You got to take care of business. And if they took care of what they needed to last night, they could have been up 2-0. It's a missed opportunity. Stephen Curry is injured, unavailable, and you lose that game because you guys came out lethargic, low energy, no sense of urgency. Ant-Man, he wasn't aggressive to the rim in the paint. He's taking jump shots. You blew that opportunity. But we're going to see what happened in game 2. Stephen Curry won't be available, the hamstring. But we're going to see what happened. But as always, I holla. As always, we just talking basketball. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share, holla at your boy.
It's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about the game. I'ma say it. It's all about the game.